Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shiva Kshama Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute. Though we are discussing Bhagavad Gita in Sunday this class, but as we are within the period of Navratri, so earlier last year and the previous year also we spent one class for this, and this is so appropriate and so important in terms of not the significance of celebration as such, but which in general people do not see from a spiritual direction or spiritual angle, that we need to discuss. There is a social side of it, that celebration means people enjoy in one way or other. But there is a social part, as I said. But spiritual significance of this is very important, and the details and information about it, what we hear and what we understand and practice, had some significance. Not that it was just started anyhow. Think of the same society 100, 200, 500 years before. The population was much lesser, negatively from geometrical progression. What is a family of 4 today, where 2 of them were part of the 2 different families. So if you see within 20 years, you can think of, in our own lifetime, we used to hear 7 billion people, and in our lifetime we are hearing 8 billion people. Within 30-40 years of gap. And we are talking about 3,000, 4,000 years before. Same mass of land, same earth, same globe, same world. But population was so thin because there were not many. And there are major incidents. There are different ways of study which intellectually I am not capable or I have not studied. But there is a way to understand the history of humankind, irrespective of their knowledge about the stories of Mahabharata. They have found that there was a bottleneck around 5,000 years before for the world in the history of human race. And who used to die? 99% men used to die in the wars. Women did not die. And because man dies, this social aspect in a very brief is discussed by Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Don't think about women in 2024. Think about women 1,000 years before Christ. Women were not independent. Even 2,500 years before, 200-300 before the birth of Christ, the great Chanakya has written, and that shows the society of that time. Highly intellectual, highly developed people. But the society was different. So there he writes one shloka and says that women have no separate independent existence as such at that time, not here. Great women were there at that time. That greatness was never rejected. But socially, either she is under the care of father or husband later or her own son in future. Working women concept came hardly 100 years before. Every society. When Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar started girls' schools, Indians looked with a wide open eyes what is happening, how girls can go to school. Remembering little, it was in 1905, 10, 11 during that time, Holy Mother says, why you people are so much hurriedly giving your girls into marriage? Why don't you send them into Nivedita school to study? She also visualized. Society is changing. Just now I was talking. We have to improve. We have to change ourselves. And even 25, 30, 40 years time was different. But in today's time, whatever you are, but every woman need to be independent. To be in a family is a part of society. But independence is which way? I'm talking little spiritual side, not very social side like that way. When Holy Mother was being worshipped, we don't understand this concept now. Because everywhere you see Holy Mother, Sri Ramakrishna Mother and Swamiji's pictures are there, we are worshipping, we are singing her glories, this and that. There was a time when Holy Mother was recognized by most of the devotees as the wife of Sri Ramakrishna. And they go and pay respect to her because she is wife of Sri Ramakrishna. It was few of the direct disciples who started telling, no, as it is said in the scriptures about Mother Durga, the sentence written in our scripture is called Sve Mahimni Pratishtita. She is established by her own glory, not just because. That's why Sri Ramakrishna never introduced and puts her that she is important for all of you because she is married to me. Never, not a single time. And that is the reason when Sri Ramakrishna passed away, before passing away, said to Holy Mother that you have to do a lot of work. Think, in 1880s, Mother says, what can I do? I am just a woman. Sri Ramakrishna says, probably you will have to do much more than what I have done. And truly, from 1886 to 1920, that's long, 34 years. Just read about it in the words of Sister Nivedita. She says, here is a lady, the widow of Sri Ramakrishna. These are her words. The widow of Sri Ramakrishna. Apparently not educated, apparently not smart to give lectures to people, but she is mother of this order, and even the great people like Swami Vivekananda do not do anything without consulting her, and her word seems to be the last word in the managing this huge kingdom which is called Ramakrishna order. These are words by Sister Nivedita. Swami Gambhiranji writes in, there is a beautiful book if you are interested, it's called History of Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. Very interestingly, Gambhiranji very, with the eyes of an outsider, writes that Holy Mother was in no committee. If she wants to come to Belur Math, they have to do special arrangement for her visit. There is hardly once or twice that she stayed in Belur Math. Now if you go to Belur Math, behind the Math office, we call it Legate House. Mrs. Legate, for her it was constructed. How many days she stayed, I don't know. Holy Mother stayed in that building. So Sister Nivedita Gambhiranji writes, she is on no committee. But her words are the last word. So here, not because of that she is wife of Sri Ramakrishna. This shows another direction. All of us are known in different times, like when we were young, all of us, we are known by so-and-so's daughter, so-and-so's son. We are introduced like that. Then you may be introduced like, oh, so-and-so's wife, so-and-so's mother. Our introductions, many times. Even if you are great and good, in different fields you are introduced with the help of somebody else. Nothing wrong about it. It's a social relationship. But the greatness and the glory, individuality not from the Western point of view, to be arrogant and competitive with men, no. Here I want to say about one simple funny incident happened. I was invited to speak to, nothing of my glory, but because of our interreligious thing, there was a Buddhist organization who is holding a big event in Paris in UNESCO. And we were just supposed to go and represent Hinduism. Suddenly when we went, the person came and told me that we have decided 3 people to come and speak. Can you speak little? I said, what subject? And they gave a subject which I was okay with. And I saw that 50% are the Buddhist monks are sitting. So it was easier for me to say. I simple slokas I can, the Swami's Buddhist monks were in ecstasy. Because every Buddhist respects Sanskrit as a great language which came from Buddha. Anyway, there, during lunchtime, suddenly I saw an old lady came. And she is speaking something which I can't understand, her English. I said, you speak slowly. First it was, for me it was new to hear the Chinese ladies, but she was Taiwanese, so her English was a little different. Then she told that here is my card. I am organizing a program in Taiwan. I want you to come and speak there. So, okay, you invite, if it's possible, I will go. Then I went, huge audience, all are practically Chinese. How many of them understand English also I do not know. So I prepared a PowerPoint presentation in Mandarin. That is the only Mandarin PowerPoint I have made. I was prepared and I spoke. On the dais itself they gave me a subject. Can you please continue for 10 more minutes speaking on role of an independent woman? I said, do you think we are put any CD or any cassette and we will start speaking? At least allow me to gather some ideas. And it's a big audience, and one of the US senator was sitting there, a black woman. Suddenly I remembered that in my phone I have something. I have saved that small file. Immediately I opened, based on that I spoke. So to make the audience little lively and participating, in the first row that senator was sitting, so I say it's a very wrong Western concept that men and women should be equal. Why you should try for something which is not possible? How do you think a woman can ever become equal to men? So they were all irritated and that what this man is telling. So I said, no, it's a very false, stupid proposition that women should be equal to men. That is not possible. And we should not be misguiding women to do that. So they were all they were hearing. Then I told, because if a woman has to be equal to men, she has to come down on the level of men. Wow, they started clapping. So, idea is this, that there is no comparison. There is no comparison. Physically, you cannot compare. Mentally, you cannot compare. Our general comparison is on the social, individual beings. It is something like two different goodness You want to compete with each other. There is no competition there because you cannot. So this greatness, and that came because of the spiritual, and here that's what we want to discuss. So these 9 days of Navratri we celebrate. Very interestingly, the number 9 seems to be, as in the Chinese culture, number 8 is very auspicious and important. In Hinduism seems to be number 9. So Navratri, 9 nights. Though during this Navratri there is no program or agenda for the night. Deepavali is the last, but this Navratri what we celebrate has nothing to do with the night. All the programs are in the day. Then why do you celebrate? Not Shivratri, not that. Shivratri is celebrated in the night. Then why this is called Navratri? Night, dark, sleep. That is what is associated with night. Sleep is tamas, inertia, inactivity. Daytime, you have many choices. But nighttime, you don't have many choices. World falls asleep. If you are awake in the night, you don't have many choices. We have a very, very colloquial proverb in India that 3 people keep awake in the night. One is Rogi, the patients. One is Bhogi, one who wants to enjoy the world. And third is Yogi. So Yogi, Bhogi and Rogi, these 3 people keep awake in the night. You choose one of them. There is no purpose for people to be awake at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the night unless you have one of these 3 options. No job is open, no offices are open. Only market is open provided you are one of these. So, these are 9 nights. Again, before we took birth, we were residing, quietly sleeping in the womb of mother for 9 months again. And we are not delivered from there unless we are physically complete. And that completeness doesn't mean that it is a course of 9 months, no. Some come out 10 days early, some come out 10 days later. But one has to be complete in terms of natural birth. Probably this 9 days or 9 nights are that course which eventually we come out rejuvenated and renewed people, persons. There is spiritual significance of our celebrations in India. There are many discussions, research and scholarly papers are being written. We have taken for granted many things. And mainly is because of last 100 years. Just do research from when 7 days a week became important, when Sunday as a holiday became important. There was no Saturday, Sunday in Hinduism. Our holidays used to be according to the days, Ekadashis or Purnima and Amavasya. This is scientific reason. During Amavasya and Purnima, the full moon day and no moon day, the whole nature behaves differently. How much we observe is a different thing. Go to the coastal area and you understand what is Amavasya and Deepavali. Go even to Calcutta, stay in Belur and come out at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening and just wait and look at the river. Suddenly rivers is flowing in a reverse direction. If you stand in Belur land, it is from Brahmanji's temple to Swamiji's temple to Mother's temple to Swami, like that Ganga flows. But there is a particular time when Ganga flows reverse. That's how the significance of ebb and tide is there. If ocean is affected by proximity of moon, because the earth has 70% of water, then why not 70% of water which is in our body also should not be affected? If ocean can be affected because 70% water is there, that's why ebb and tide happens, then why our body should not be affected? And that's why the observances in Hindu religion came. Most of the observations you will find either it is on full moon day, Purnima, or in Amavasya. Because of the whole nature is treating in a different, your body is part of the nature. So these 9 days, again interestingly, mother's forms also are 9. Navadurga is a 9 forms. That famous sloka is there, Dhyan Mantra. Different mother's name is there, Skandamata, Brahmacharini. So, and incidentally, mother kills demons. Their number also is 9. Mother is killing 9 demons. So these 9 days are celebrated because we are slow. These 9 tendencies which mother has killed, if those 9 tendencies are killed in us, we definitely will be born somebody new, completely rejuvenated. As in the night after deep sleep, when we get up in the morning, we are fresh with rejuvenated new energy. I don't have money. I went to somebody and I got money. Means what? The money came from one person to another person, correct? I am so tired. I went to deep sleep and came out with full of energy. So the source of energy was somewhere where I went in deep sleep. You go to sleep, because of you keep on seeing good and bad dreams. Morning when you wake up, you are not fresh enough until you go to deep sleep. So when you go to deep sleep, that's why afternoon 15-20 minutes or half an hour sleep is called, what you call it, what nap? Power nap. From where you get that power? You just go to deep sleep and come out. There has to be a reservoir of power which you go touch and come back. And that is what really we are. Now what you see is not even 1% of what you really are. And that strength, that power, that energy which you go into your deep sleep and bring back is what in reality we are. That is not somebody's foreign agency sitting inside. It is me only. Realizing that infinite source of energy which is making you powerful every morning since last 40, 50, 100, 60 years. And still it is not reduced. So these 9 demons, if they are killed in us, then only we will be rejuvenated. And that process you cannot kill overnight. So we celebrate for 9 days. From first day you start till the 9 days. And that's why Dashami day there is a celebration. That I am newborn, I am rejuvenated, I am renewed. So slowly it becomes a social. And people lose the significance of spiritual pursuit behind it. So this 9 days what we do is a process of detoxing. How you do? Look at the same spiritual concept in every religion practically. This 1 month of Ramadan, look at how faithfully they do. They abstain from their normal routine also. Food taking is restricted. Type of food taking is restricted. Social life is restricted. Daily routine is restricted. Mental and physical activities are restricted. It has a spiritual significance. Without that, celebrating, not eating or eating, it is not that. So these 9 days are very important. Mother is called Shakti. Shakti means power again, which is again reservoir within. We should not be seeing the scriptures from very gross eyes. When this lemon became so powerful that even the gods were tired. They say we can't face. And very interestingly, see the details. We don't have that time to see, but if you want, we can talk sometimes. But different gods and form of gods, let it be Indra or Shiva or Vishnu, they all gave their power to this. And then all power put together became consolidated, concentrated, and took a form of a woman. Very interesting. The greatest of the demons, whom none of the men can kill, how do you think a woman can kill? There are so many aspects which little I know, I don't know so much, but little which I know. Whatever today you do as your social practices, from standpoint of Hindu or Indian tradition, men will go to temple, then only will put something, bhasma or chandanam something. But a woman sitting at house every day puts something on the forehead. This was not makeup or decoration. This is reminding oneself that you have this third eye, which men don't have. Men occasionally will go to temple and put the third eye. Woman puts every day. And the third eye is the eye of wisdom, is the eye of knowledge. The respect which is given traditionally is not from any physical or a relationship-based respect. You will find in Hinduism or in India that motherhood is glorified. Sometimes modern ladies also feel, oh, unnecessarily, you men, you make it much about it. Actually, everybody is saying what is wrong about it. So if you want to see from a gross physical way, is a different thing. I remember a few days before, one girl went back to India, told no, Mara, Swamiji, I am carrying, so the child is expected in October. So it's a very good, God bless, everything will be well. So she sent a message that I delivered a baby boy on this date and this. So I replied to message I wrote her that congratulations on your promotion, that you became mother. I don't know how much you know about it, but this is very significant. This power not everybody can have. So idea is here that mother kills 9 demons. One by one we need to kill that in 9 days, from first day to the Navami day. So there are 3 pairs, 2 each, 2 brothers. Shumba Nishumba is one brother, Chandamunda is another brother, and third one is Madhu Kaitava. Madhu and Kaitava, Chanda and Munda, and Shumba and Nishumba. These are 2 brothers, 2 pairs, 3 pairs of 2. There are 3 who are individuals. Mahishasuri is the great finally came. Then you have Rakta Bija. And then there is Dhumralochana. So 3 into 2 plus 3, total 9 demons are there. These also are very nicely described, but scriptures, this aspect, 1 minute we can discuss. The scriptures have to be written for everybody. But the intellectual capacity of people is very different. If you talk philosophy, people don't understand. It is too abstract for many people to understand philosophy. So the philosophy is told in a story form. So people understand little. But there are some people who are not interested in the stories. It is too like childish. How it can be possible? How do you think? What energy and what weapons and all these gods gave and this lady went and killed? I am not interested in the stories. So there is one group who are not intellectually capable to understand the abstract. For them the story is given, but the same philosophy is given in the story. Then you will find there is a huge literature in form of stotras, in form of hymns, where the story is just touched. But the glory of Divine Mother or glory of God, you know this Lalita Sahasranama and Shiva Sahasranama and all this came from where? Actually it is the same philosophy. But people don't understand. So it is a little touch of philosophy with the story. People think of Vishnu Sahasranama. So Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, 4 hands with Pitambara. What Pitambara he must be wearing, we don't know. But unless that is there, this group of people cannot appreciate. So they must have a form. But see Vishnu Sahasranama, see Lalita Sahasranama. I guarantee you those who chant Vishnu Sahasranama whole life, 50% of the Vishnu's 500 names, they won't be able to explain what does it mean. Because it is pure Vedanta. So one is this group who wants stories. Then there is a group who is little better. Then there is a group who understand the abstract philosophy. Other day I had a meeting somewhere to speak about importance of interreligious dialogue like that anyway. So I saw there are 3 or 4 nuns have come. Christian, Catholic nuns. So after little small talk was over, some tea and snacks they are telling. And I was very happy. The nuns were very elderly, in their late 60s, 70s like that. So easily I can talk freely. So they say, we Chinese, we cannot speak that good English, but can you say something what Hinduism means while taking some? So I thought, what I can say in 5 minutes to them. So I told about this only, this Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti and all that little. And one of them could very easily grasp it, understand it. I say, how do you think Jesus should tell you? If he tells, you find it is of different religion. So he tells his own way to you. That kingdom of heaven doesn't mean it is something heavenly, something, no. That kingdom is within you. What is within you? Is your mind, your imaginations? No. You in essence is that kingdom. And then I told about the Sushupti and our concept and all that. So here, this total detoxing of 9 days is nothing but getting rid of 9 of our negativities, 9 of our things which limit us and doesn't allow our spirituality or divinity get manifested. So first 2. There is one chronology philosophical which I am not putting here, so just coming one by one. So first he is killing is Madhu and Kaitava. What is Madhu? Just go by the name and go by the information which you have. No need to know the philosophy. Madhu, what is Madhu? Honey. What honey stands for? Sweetness. What that stands for actually? Once you take little honey, you can't stop it. You take second time, third time, fourth time. Your craving is called Madhu, is one of the demons in us, a craving, and we all suffer with that. So one day should be when we should not whole day, at least little time, we should think about this. What the end of this? I keep on enjoying the things of the world, whichever level of enjoyment. There is an end of it. And interestingly, what Nachiketa says to Yama, that is to be remembered. Every craving, every enjoyment makes you weaker. Nachiketa says, Sarvendriyam jharayanti teja. The more enjoyment you do, it makes you weaker. Why? It's like a candle. The more it burns, more it becomes, life becomes smaller. Every enjoyment, we say, oh, nourishment, good food I should take. We don't take food for nourishment for the God's sake. We take for enjoyment. You give me simple rice and dal, I will say give some pickles. Pickle is not going to nourish me, but still I take pickle. So food, I make it more interesting and satisfying my craving. My need is little, just little, 1 spoon of rice is enough for me to carbohydrate to survive, but no, varieties of things are required. So this craving doesn't have an end. If food is helping you to grow and to keep alive, it doesn't keep you alive. It pushes you to the death only. Whatever food you take. I can't speak bad words, we don't speak those bad words anywhere, not here, not even here anywhere. But these are all wrong kinds of words people invent to make you full, or the anti-aging solution, medicine, this and that. There is nothing called anti-aging. There is no process of anti-aging. Whatever put at 25 years old cannot become 5 years old. 60 years old cannot become 25 years old. Not even 60 years can become 59 years old. Forget about it. But the end of craving doesn't come. A time comes in one way or other. With your experience, you get dejected up to a certain extent, then you say enough is enough. But that doesn't come. So, to survive, to live, we have to take food. Nobody is free from that. You see, this is the Maya. You cannot say, I want to renounce. There are 0.00001 person who can give up the food. But the taste of food, we all need to give up in one way or other. So the craving is called Madhu. Now one side is craving. What is the other side opposite to it? I don't want, I hate. You give me sweet, I like. You give me bitter gourd, I don't like, correct? Example wise I am telling. So I have two types of cravings. Once I want this, once I do not want this. There is a positive craving, one is a negative craving. The negative craving is called Kaitava. This is Madhu and Kaitava is our attachment and aversion, is our craving and dejection. To be free from that is the killing of Madhu Kaitava by mother. Then you have Shumbha and Nishumbha. Doubting oneself and doubting others. Doubting others could be doubting the scriptures, doubting the Guru, doubting the great people, knowledgeable people. Mind doesn't want to get convinced. Your own goodness you doubt. Your own capability you doubt. So this doubting of oneself and doubting of others, these two are brothers, called Shumbha and Nishumbha. Then you have this Chanda and Munda. What is Munda? This is called Munda. The headlessness, the thoughtlessness is called Munda. People do out of a overwhelming zeal to do something. Then suffer, then wake up. So thoughtlessness. And Chanda is generally, you will find in a colloquial way. Again, don't go to philosophy. If somebody is very, quarrelsome lady, she is like Chandi, don't go near. Disagreement, not to be at par with anything. Cannot stand with anybody. So this Chanda and Munda is a thoughtless behavior, and this disagreeable behavior is everything. Cannot work with anybody. Cannot be with anybody. With everybody have a problem. So these two are again brothers. Then there are three individual demons. Raktabija, Dhumralochana and Mahishasura. Raktabija, what was the speciality of Raktabija? Raktabija was a demon. If he is killed, and if the blood comes out of his body, every drop becomes another Raktabija. What is where the bell rings is our desires. One desire fulfilled, you go to restaurant, big menu is there, so many pages of menu. You selected 5 items, but your mind registered rest of the items are for the next time. Today I take only this 5. That also because I cannot take 10 items together. So next time I will take this. Before you satisfy one, 5 more desires are created. This is called Raktabija. Unending. No need to give any example. We all are example by ourselves. Then there is a demon called Dhumra Lochana. Again, colloquial meaning you go, no need to use philosophy. What is Dhumra? Smoke. Lochana, eyes. What is Dhumra Lochana? Smoky eyes. What is smoky eyes? Not beauty, Smoky eyes, unclear vision. What I want in my life, 99.99% people have no idea what they want in their life. What do you want to do? That's why I was telling few lectures before. Just ask simple question to yourself. Intermittently sometimes, every day if you ask, it becomes mechanical, so don't do that. Simple question you ask. Why do I do what I do? This question. I am doing this. Why do I do? Immediately answer yourself. Oh, I want to go to mission. Why? No, I want to know something. No, I want to read something. No, I want to meditate. Give answer. Spontaneous answer you give. This is better going to mission. We do so many things in our life. Just ask, why do I do what I do? And give a spontaneous answer to yourself. And believe me, you will be ashamed of yourself. So there is Dhumralochana. We are not aware about what we should do. We plan for all the silly things. 7 days US trip. Believe me, we plan morning, evening, schedule, where to go, what to see, where to eat, everything schedule. What I am doing in my life, any schedule? After 5 years, what? I don't know. After 10 years, I don't know. But you are going towards that, no? Yeah, but I don't know. Somewhere I will land. How? How a ship can be without a captain? So this Dhumralochana is that deficiency in ourselves, which is unclear vision of what we want in our life, spiritual sense. And the last is the hero called Mahishasura. Mahisha is an animal, beast. Why his name came here? Story goes, this Mahishasura had a great capacity of changing his forms. Sometimes he wants to allure mother, so trying to flirt with mother, because he doesn't consider her as mother. A beautiful young lady has come to kill me, and mother also was very stylish. You see, Durga Saptasati, you read very interestingly. Mahishasura was shouting in different form, human form. So mother said, you shout, I take little rest and I take little energy drink, Madhuparka. Madhuparka is an energy drink. And there is a sloka also. You keep on shouting, Madhu yavat pivamyam, till I will drink this Madhuparka. You shout, then I come to you. And the demon is changing the forms, in different forms, to make mother feel afraid or to allure mother. And once he says, so mother also says, okay, you want to marry me? I'm ready. Fulfill my condition, then I will marry you. That fellow came and mother killed. Different forms. When this Asura was killed, he was in the form of Mahisha. That's why he is called Mahishasura. Because at that time he was in the form of, he was taking different forms. When mother killed, at that time he was Mahisha. What is the speciality of Mahisha, what we know? Mahisha is in a common North Indian language, Bhaisa. Bhaisa is Mahisha. You know, it is said that, what you call? These are all stories, may not be historically true. That the difference between Pandavas and Kauravas was, Pandavas were taking cow milk and Kauravas were taking buffalo milk. And we all take buffalo milk only mainly. So, what is the speciality of this buffalo? The main characteristic of buffalo is his inertia. You will find so many videos will be there when in the jungles, when the animals, lion or tiger, when they kill buffaloes and all that, you will find complete inertia. That fellow has already taken his throat here, lion. But our friend is interested to eat some grass at that time. Complete inertia. So, tamas or inertia, Mahishasura stands for that. Or sometimes they say ego. Ego makes you dumb. Apparently ego makes you egoistic, aggressive. No. Ego makes you dumb. Dumb in form of you are not able to think properly when you are egoistic. In that way you are in inertia. So, these 9 asuras, we need to remember 9 of our this deficiency and think of that, intellectually get rid of them. And end of the 9 days is the 10th day when we say the victory of good over evil and all that. But that victory takes place. So these 9 evils in us have to be killed by mother, by we take mother, name of mother and think of mother. So what we do during that time? We do puja, sing, recite mantras. Eventually what you do is the spiritual practices. So, I was thinking in this way. People keep quiet. Just meditate in quiet, silence. Silencing not only by speech but also by mind. So the purification of speech is a very big aspect. Then we do singing and chanting. There is purification of our emotions. Emotions takes us. here and there. And then we think or meditate. So one is a ritualistic, one is a vocal, and one is little more inside. Is purification of our intellect. So intelligence or intellect, emotions, and speech, which is manifestation of our thoughts, etc. In these three states, we must have our purification. We must purify our words we speak, the way we think, and also way we react emotionally. So these three ways we can purify ourselves, and then we are newborn on the Dashami day. So it is our victory over the negativities. So until the negativity is reduced or killed or removed, there is no much meaning of Navratri. Celebration is fine, wearing good new clothes and eating good food and enjoying, everything is fine, nothing wrong about it. But if the real significance, if it is not taken into care, then it doesn't mean much. It is one of the celebrations, and little your day-to-day monotony is killed. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.